Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-August love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all those, we'll pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Cosmic Tarot. And keep in mind it's a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left is the energy and the cards on the right is the other person's, if you feel like it's the way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Eight of Arrows. So this is Gemini energy here, and this could just be saying that you guys might have been feeling a bit overwhelmed, possibly having some financial concerns. So I feel like this is saying that whatever the case looked like, you had just several things on your mind. So possibly actually putting energy toward this connection might have just felt a little bit overwhelming in the past. All right, past energy on this person's side, we have the Prince of Wands. So as you can see here, we have the Leo symbolism in the card, so it could just be saying that they might have had a really passionate, confident approach toward you, and it could have just been one of those things where there might have been a bit of a mismatch there, right? Because if they were feeling very bold and confident, and you guys seemed to be a little bit overwhelmed by what was going on with life, that might have been a bit of an energy clash between the two of you. All right, present energy on your side, we have Innocence, which is the equivalent of the Fool in traditional tarot, and Seven of Staves, which is Leo energy here. So seeing these two cards together, I could just be saying that on the one hand, you might want to actually engage within the connection, but you still might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, right? So you still might feel like they're coming on a little bit too strong. So I feel like you're probably a little bit more open than you were in the past, but at the same time, you still might feel like you need them to move at a slower pace than you're moving at currently. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like this is primarily saying that they're feeling your resistance from the connection, and now that has them feeling a bit unsure of themselves, right? So now I feel like if we look at them, it looks like they're stepping a little bit carefully, right? So I feel like this is saying that now they're pulling back a little bit. I feel like they're still going to make effort toward the connection, but at the same time, a bit more withdrawn than they have been, because I feel like they're just energetically feeling like, okay, when I approached Taurus in a way that I have in the past, right? It seems like they weren't necessarily into it. So I feel like they are good at picking up on your energy at least. So I don't think they're oblivious to the fact that you are kind of a little bit taken aback by their approach at this time. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Prince of Coins reversed. So this is a Virgo energy here. And to see this come up in reverse could just be saying that there is the openness on your part to actually move towards something more stable. But again, like I said, it feels like you guys are just in that phase where you want to take things really slow right now. And like I said, it does seem like they're adjusting a little bit to that. But yeah, it seems like you're just slowly opening up. So whatever this situation was that you've been going through in the past, looks like the energy's slowly starting to lighten up for you guys. But you're just gradually going to be opening up toward the idea of this connection. All right, future energy on their side, we have the King of Pentacles and Temperance. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that they're striking that balance, right? Especially if in the past they came across with that fire energy, right? This is a major arcana card for Sagittarius, which is a fire energy. And then here, in most decks, actually, the King of Pentacles is a Taurus energy. In this particular deck, it's Capricorn, but more importantly, I feel like this is saying that they're finding that balance. And if we look at his facial expression, he looks pretty happy, right? So I feel like this is them saying, okay, I figured out what was going on, right? Like I said, I feel like in the past, they might not have been as aware that they were coming on too strong because they might not have been aware of what you were going through. So I feel like this is basically just adjustments between the two of you, right? Them kind of lowering their energy down a little bit toward the connection, and then you gradually being more open to it. So I feel like it's just pretty much an adjustment period, but I do feel like there's going to be some satisfaction on their part, feeling like they actually did figure out that balance between your energies. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Four of Staves. So this is actually Aries energy here, and I feel like this is saying that You guys have that desire for the stability, right? But like I said, it just seemed like you just weren't. The reality of what you might have had going on in the external world just might have been pulling you away from that for a while. Especially because for you guys, Aries energy is 12th house too. So this could be the vision that you guys might have held, but the reality of what you were facing in the external world was just taken away from that for a bit. So yeah, like I said, it looks like it's still going to be a bit of a slow process, but this could just be saying that as we move through Virgo season, you guys actually will slowly find yourselves getting closer to being able to give more energy to the connection. All right, so we'll move on to the Oracle cards now, see what they add to the mix. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot to mention the bottom of the deck on their side, I think. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is, in this deck anyway, it's a Scorpio energy. So it could be pointing to that too, right? Where they could have, Scorpio energy can come across as very intense for sure. So maybe they were coming across as intense, but at the same time, they're very intuitive and they'll feel out where you're coming from too. So maybe they have some Scorpio in their chart too that help them kind of adjust to your energy to figure out, okay, the way I approached this in the past is coming on too strong, right? And figuring out that balance between the two of you. But yeah, that's what I see with that. All right, and now we'll move on to the Oracle card. So first we'll see what we get from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording. What I'm looking for is unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you. And I'll shuffle for a while initially looking for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a bit without anything coming up, I'll just put the deck down and pull cards that way. So we'll see what we get. Oh, almost had one there. And this does want to go back in the deck, and we'll see what we get from them to you now. All right, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck. So first we'll see what we got on your side. Okay, we have taken, I'm unavailable. Well, I don't necessarily see that you guys were in another connection, but at the very least, I feel like the unavailable part could just be pointing to what I was saying, which is that you guys could have just had something else going on in your lives that was pulling you away from being able to give energy to this connection. Like I said, for some of you, it could have been finances. For others of you, it could have just been a lot of things going on at once. So I don't necessarily feel like this is saying you were in another connection, although I suppose it's possible for some of you. And on their side, we have no. So yeah, not very helpful there, but that's what we see from that side. And lastly, we'll actually pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. All right, and got one there. So let's see what you got. All right, we have exchanging gifts. There's the artwork, and the number is 27. So let's see what it says. Okay, the relationship message says love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you, too. Love is truly yours today. So yeah, I will say that that message does seem to fit the general theme, or like I said, it seemed like they might have been coming on a bit too strong initially and you were pretty blocked off. And like I said, it looks like there is some adjustment going on. It seems like mostly on their side where they're figuring out that, okay, their approach might have been a bit too fast for you, and now they're slowing it down. But it does seem like you guys are working toward the balance in the energies toward the future. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.